it's over, let it go. 52 times a year, the week is done and over with before you know.
Thank you very much indeed. Hello, good evening and welcome. I am David Frost and That Was the Week That Was. Finally, after 60 years, the third series has finally arrived. After the first two series were cruelly cancelled by the BBC and the then Tory government of Harold Macmillan. And now the first news story of the week. Big news story of the week was the Titan sub, which tragically dived down to the Titanic. The Huffington Post wrote, the man who skipped the Titan subdive shared a late CEO's text offering him discounted seats. When you come to think of it, I would rather be Dylan Mulvaney going down to see the Titanic wreck inside a Bud Light can. The umpire strikes back. The moment that Darth Vader was hauled out of an Ashes test match in front of bemused fans. We think Darth Vader was actually Ben Stokes taking baseball a bit too seriously. Prince William was once again trying to outdo Harry this week. He revealed he pointed out homeless people to George, Louis and Charlotte during the school run. We assume that he didn't point them out in order to run them over. Charlotte said, they're homeless, Daddy, because you won't put them up in one of your hundreds of empty houses. Boo-hoo! Someone in the Mail Online complained that they were attacked by a co-op delivery robot with a mind of its own after it rammed into his German Shepherd. Why he was accompanied by a German Shepherd, we have yet to find out. But when you think about it, we've got killer AI robots just around the corner and you're whining about a bloody co-op delivery vehicle. The Sun is now a fan of Sex Pistols rocker Johnny Rotten, and they revealed his shock new career move. So it's over once more to the Duracell Bunny.
I am an anti-cyclist. I am an anarchist. Anarchy.
Continuing the story of a wimpy Prime Minister, Wales Online said Johnson may be humiliated, but Sunak looks weaker than ever before. So we've got the feeling at TWTWTW that at Eton, Rishi was Boris Johnson's school fag. Metro News showed us a bear dangling from a first floor window after stealing the homeowner's pork chops. Paddington used to do this at Buckingham Palace after a couple of marmalade sarnies until they shut the window on his fingers. We have to report that Jeremy Clarkson is going woke. In the Telegraph, he reported that he made new nettle soup from his diddly squat farm. People are smashing pots of nettle soup up left, right and centre. Clarkson's just done for nettle soup what Dylan Mulvaney did for Bud Light. The Telegraph also showed us how OceanGate built their improvised submersible from camping kit and a video game controller. So if you want to go down like the Titanic, what better than to build a rubbish, sinkable submarine? The iNews is warming up to Glastonbury and said Tom Jones at Hampton Court Palace a review. At 83, the Welsh crooner is as commanding as ever, they said. Hampton Court Palace. Who the fuck does he think he is? Henry VIII? The Daily Mail can't seem to escape from its fixation with the royal family. In pictures from the Order of the Garter service, we see William and Charles. Is this in fact an AI picture of the royal family turning into chickens? Of all the newspapers, The Guardian decided to give Liz Truss an interview. She said the latest joke about her was puerile, and the media did not understand her ideas. Wait a minute, was Liz Truss Prime Minister? Must have missed that. But she'll look fondly back on these salad days in a few years' time. Claws out, screamed The Sun this week. The government are probing a school after a teacher scolded a pupil who questioned a classmate's claim she could identify as a cat. Ofsted said the school will have to install cat litter trays and extra large cat flaps as a result. In the Mail, we heard that Only Fools and Horses icon Sir David Jason is set to return to our screens with a new BBC show alongside Repair Shop's Jay Blade, which leads us to the conclusion, you plonker, Jay. It's been a rather hot summer so far. The Evening Standard showed us the best cooling pads for laptops tried and tested. TW was thinking about aromatherapy and scented candles for our laptops. Even Boris has trialled the Ozempic weight loss jab, but users complain of the new shrinking finger side effect. Unfortunately, it stubbornly refuses to work for Prince Charles's sausage fingers. In the Huffington Post, the weak and indecisive Rishi Sunak was slammed for refusing to say Boris Johnson lied to MPs. So it's over to the diary of a wimpy Prime Minister. I am not weak and indecisive. Wait a minute, I might be. Ask me later. But come to think of it, why did I get the heavy keg and not Boris? The Times was struggling to come to terms with the defeat of the England cricketers in the first of their Test series. They said Mark Wood's chin music is needed at Lord's to revitalise the off-key attack. Yes, Britain's National Front baseballers and the Barmy Army want a bit of chin music. And we don't mean Bruce Forsyth. Good game, good game. The Times moved from England versus Australia to the Ukraine war and said the Wagner Group seeks video gamers to operate drones. You can almost hear all those young men in their rooms saying, "You see, Mum, all those hours weren't wasted. Just watch me bomb the shit out of Ukraine." Sadly, we learn this week that British 5-year-olds are on average 7 centimetres shorter than their Dutch counterparts in a startling development. Those of you who go back to the 80s will realise that this is revenge of Thatcher, the milk snatcher. The lost Titanic submarine was a constant source of news this week. For example, King Charles said he's been kept informed on the search for OceanGate Expedition Titanic sub, with his close friend and supporter of the Prince's Trust, Shahzadi Dawood, among the missing. You could almost imagine a panic-stricken King Charles saying, "Bloody hell, Camilla, some of my money is stuck in a bloody submarine." 5'7" tech giant Mark Zuckerberg and slightly larger Elon Musk have agreed to face off in a cage fight this week. Here at TW, we suggest the cage is suspended over the Titanic and surrounded by irate Trump supporters. Bjorn Cyborg quipped The Sun this week. Wimbledon are going to use robot commentators during the championship, with AI even able to clone John McEnroe's voice. You cannot be serious. Yes, would you believe it? Children are identifying as cats and wearing tails and ears in class, warned Britain's toughest head teacher as she cautioned that teachers' authority over the pupils is long gone, amid the rise of the furries. No, not fairies, furries. Here at TW, as long as the children don't start identifying as Tory supporters, that's fine with us. To think, I used to get bullied just for wearing a balaclava to school. Now it's bloody compulsory. Glasgow Live reported the Glasgow Cafe, which is doing a roaring trade with speciality Glasgow salad and free buttered roll. Yes, a Glasgow salad with chips. It's about as healthy as it gets in Glasgow. Note the lonely piece of lettuce in the corner of the plate. This week, Charles's sausage fingers created a major struggle with a trophy he won at Ascot. Let's listen in. This tiddly little trophy, all we get. Oh damn, I've broken the bloody thing. Have you got any Evo stick, Camilla? At last, it's time to do some porn. Killer birds with 6-inch claws and deadly kicks on the loose were in a UK town this week. They were there for the Rear of the Year award. The Guardian has done some digging and found out that Keir Starmer was caught as a student illegally selling ice creams on the French Riviera. Did Keir contact John Major's Cone helpline? So, who needs Brexit? Starmer left the EU years ago. Even the Australians are out on the beach. The Telegraph showed a dingo biting a bikini-clad tourist on the beach. So it's eyes down. One fat lady, number 8, dingo! Devon Live gave us everything we needed to know about Devon's new bi-directional speed cameras. But we ask, what about the hetero-directional, the bi-curious cameras, and the sex-indifferent cameras? Minister, without anything particularly interesting to say, Kemi Badenoch, demanded this week snap inspections over pupils identifying as cats. Badenoch, however, better be careful because of the curse of the cat people. In the Telegraph, Prince Harry interviewing Putin, it conjectured. Just imagine what it would have been like. So, you are Prince Harry, huh? You know what we do to spares in Mother Russia? Ha ha! We kill them, you Anglo-Saxon mummy's boy. Hey, steady on, old chap. Meghan, would you like to talk to Vladimir Putin? No thanks, Harry. I'm not speaking to anybody in my Spotify interviews, am I? In the Evening Standard, we saw the King paying tribute to his troops to mark Armed Forces Day. Yes, there he is, laughing boy, sporting the world's biggest Basby, like something out of the world of Marge Simpson. So, here's the Duracell Bunny.
Where did you get that hat? Where did you get that hat? I've never seen a Busby as big as that. Where did you get that hat? Where did you get that hat?
On a more serious note, over to Kenya. The Human Rights Commission is to investigate alleged killings on a pineapple farm. Unfortunately, the man from Del Monte says yes to killing trespassers. This week, the public were urged not to call 999 amid a nationwide BT technical fault. In fact, you dial 99 and you get through to the Lewis Capaldi Tourette's help desk. Oh no, fuck this. Bleep bleep, fucking bastards. What on earth's fucking going on with them? This week, over in America, a woman clashed with the council over a big werewolf statue she won't remove from her garden. A werewolf statue? What passes for a garden ornament if you're a headbanging far-right libertarian doing the Americans' version of Beer Ralston in Bloom? The Daily Star revealed how a top WWE star challenged old and beat-down King Charles to a fight at London's O2 Arena. You wait, mate. King Charles will get those mighty sausage fingers round your throat and he just won't let go. Yes, King Charles is the king of the ring, the crown, the orb, the sceptre, the necklace and the brooch. Back to sports. In the Daily Star, we read about a bloke who smashed a world record by running 100 metres in 12.82 seconds wearing high heels. I suppose that's what they mean by being hot on your heels. However, if you look at the picture, that's what Peter Andre must have looked like in Katie Price's heels. Over in Glastonbury, Princess Beatrice had another embarrassing Glastonbury mishap, as her card was declined yet again 3 times. What is Beatrice doing with her money, you may well ask? Or is it our money? TWTW ask, is that the Prince Andrew Order of the Garter card? Finally, the Express pointed out how ridiculous it was that a top Catholic school allowed a pupil to identify as a mushroom. Indeed, other pupils were identifying as cocaine bushes and cannabis plants. Well, this has been David Frost on That Was the Week That Was. So goodbye, good evening, and see you next week.
That was the week that was. It's over, let it go. 52 times a year. The week is done and over with.